Hey guys, welcome into Nightcap with RhinoMan. It's showtime, so we got to get it going. Tonight we have a new channel to me, and hopefully soon he'll be a new channel to you. We're gonna see about that. We're gonna meet him in a few minutes, but first, as I do, I got three questions for you. First question, it's gonna make you think a little bit. How many times have you tried to solve a problem and you just couldn't figure it out, whether it's a computer problem, whether it's something on YouTube, whether it's something you couldn't figure out for yourself? You've taken a break, you've stepped away, relaxed, had a beer, did whatever you had to do, and then come on back, and then you see, hey, with fresh eyes you solve the problem. How many times does that happen to you? I want to know. Let me know in the chat below, in the chat, or in the comments below. I really need to know. Okay, question number 2. This is basically a question for you guys. I want to see if you guys can answer it. What country gambles the most in the world? Let me know. I have the answer right here. If you know the answer, put it in the chat. Let me know. I want to know. Question number 3. What do slot machine enthusiasts in Australia call their slot machines? Let me know. I'll give you the answers at the end of the show. If you don't know them by then, we'll find out. Let's bring in our guest. Oh, actually, wait, I forgot my new subs, new subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Chris and Lou. I see you guys right there. Slim Lee Scratchers, Country Goes to Town, Our Battle Scratching, Edie, Bernice Hughes, and Penny Pincher Slots 2. 1991 slots. 1901 slots. 1991. That's when my daughter was born. I'm thinking about that. Anyway, those are the new subscribers. Let's see who's in the house. I see Chris and Lou in the house. More people are in the background. Come on in. Say hi. Put something in the chat. It's all good. Nobody bites here. You can say whatever you want. Lily's in the chat. Lady Avalon's in the chat. Chris and Lou. Olga Rosas, thank you for coming in. I just got your message, your comment on the video. Really appreciate that. Okay, guys, we're going to bring him on. He's going to introduce himself, and then we're going to get into the show as we always do. Let's get him on camera and put him in the hot seat. Tommy E., thank you. That's an excellent name. Good vibes. I appreciate it. Okay, you're in the hot seat, bro.
What's going on?
Not much. Real quick, just introduce yourself to everybody. Let everybody know your name or what you want to go by, and we'll go from there.
Sure, yeah. What's going on, everyone? Avalon Vash Slots here. A lot of people call me Avalon. Name's Eric. I see a lot of you in the chat right now. How you guys doing?
Hey, yeah. Taylor, thank you for coming in.
That's my cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Lily Valdivia, she's my future mother-in-law. Lady Avalon, you all know who that is. Yeah, but I'm Avalon Vash Slots. I just want to come out and say hi. I kind of jumped at the chance to do the show. Really appreciative of you having me on.
Hey, I've been watching your stuff. I really appreciate it. BD Slots, thank you for coming in. D Kino Lover, thank you for coming in. There she goes, Stacia Slot Channel. I'm glad you made it home safely. You got yourself a drink. You're ready to go. Hey, Avalon Vats, you did say something a minute ago that soon to be your mother-in-law. Are there plans in the making here? What's going on?
Nothing official yet, but it's pretty much implied. We've been together for, I don't know, maybe almost 10 years, and now it's just my fault.
Wow, I was just gonna ask her right now, what's the deal? You got to put a ring on it.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, take a sip.
No, she's amazing, man. I couldn't ask for anybody better.
Hey, that's fantastic. 10 years is a long time. But hey, you got to put that ring on there, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
gonna give you shit. Don't worry about
Everybody does. Get in line.
Get in line. Okay. Gamblers Unknowns in the house. Thank you. Hello, Lady Avalon. We're here to jump on the screen. Well, when are you going to jump on the screen? Gamblers Unknown wants to know.
She's taking a break from that today.
Okay.
It's been a long day with
that's
the car breaking down and everything. So, yeah.
So you've had a little bit of struggles today. First of all, let's get the important question out in the open right now. What are you drinking, bro?
So I'm actually drinking my signature drink, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel.
Hey, cheers. If I started drinking that, I would turn into Tim in a minute.
That's funny. Yeah, I know. Usually it's just regular Jack Daniel's, but I figure it's a good occasion.
Okay, so let's get into some personal questions. You know how we do the show. We'll ask you some personal questions. We'll get on to gambling, your channel, and then we'll hit the quick hits. So, right. Where do you live?
I actually live in Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Is that where you were born and raised here your whole life?
Southern California, just kind of various parts of the Inland Empire.
Okay.
Skipped around a lot, Montclair, Upland, San Dimas. So just kind of wherever.
Okay, so
yeah.
Basically the east side. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Did you go to high school and college or?
So yeah, I went to Altaloma High School, graduated from there in 2003, and went to college for a little while. It's funny, I was about to get my my associate's degree, but I didn't take the final PE class.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was actually just going for radiology, and then things kind of happened, and life kind of steered me in a different direction.
Hey, that always happens. That always happens that way. BD Slots wants to know, have you ever been to the distillery in Tennessee?
No, I have not. I have friends that actually went there last year, just after, whenever the lockdowns finished. And they were sending me pictures and stuff, and teasing me about it. But I really want to make a point of it to go out there probably sometime soon, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a bucket list type of thing for you?
It'd be up there. Yeah. I mean, anytime Jack Daniel's comes out with a new flavor, they just recently had a new seasonal bottle that they released. It was like $30 at Total Wine down here. I picked up a bottle and it was really good. So I love trying all their different stuff.
Hey, but it's pretty amazing that you say they just released a seasonal thing. How long do they have to age it before they release it? So,
That's a good question. And I honestly have no idea. I get the newsletters too in my email, but I never actually read up on that one.
I know like the single barrel, it's like 10 or 15 years or something like that. Maybe even longer. I'm not a connoisseur of whiskey. I do love it. I'll drink it, but not a connoisseur to say the least. So you grew up in California. Would you ever consider moving out of California now that you've been born and raised here?
100%. I can't 100%? Wait to get out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out. I mean, go on. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just, there's so many places out there that, just offer so much. California absolutely has an amazing climate, weather. It's beautiful out here. But I do have family in other places. And, like my cousin here, he lives in Arizona, but okay. Don't worry, Lily. It's not going to be for a while. But, the company I work for has different locations and different states. So I could get paid relatively the same thing, but live somewhere with a much bigger property. I figure, kind of be a little smarter with my money as well.
Hey, that's good thinking. Real quick, I'm going to say hi to a couple of people. A lot of people joined just a few minutes ago. I said Stacia. We have Melvin Lopez. We have Rain's World. Thank you for coming in. Barbara Castillo. It's still Barbara Castillo and not Barbara Lopez. Melvin, you're messing up, bro. Bradley Jones. Let's see, who else did I miss? Okay, I think that covers it for right now. But if I see you pop in, I will say hi to you. Don't worry about it. So you said that you would consider moving out. Obviously, with the cost of living here, it's just it's super crazy. Where would be the place that you would choose to go to if somebody said, "Hey, here's the money, you have the job. wherever you want to go, where would that be?
I think right now we've talked about Arizona. It's up in the air. Maybe somewhere near Bullhead or even Phoenix. I know the weather in Bullhead is a little bit rough, so I'm not too sure about that one just yet. But Phoenix would be kind of a nice place, I think. It's up and coming. It's been up and coming for a long time.
Danny D, the Cool Scratcher fan, and Rockin' Rocco, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Bullhead City because that's been one of the places that I've been looking at recently. I'm thinking,
nice.
hey, maybe just get a little place out there so that I could go chill or whatever and turn it into a place where I could finally, cut ties with California. I just have one major thing that's keeping me here. Not Mrs. Rhino Man is not leaving California, so I guess I'm not leaving California right now either. Gamblers Unknown says, yeah, Phoenix is a nice place, hotter than hell itself. Bro, you're forgetting where I live. I live in Palmdale. I think this is, for me, California is bad, but I think Palmdale is like the devil's vacation spot because it gets hotter than hell up here too. Rain's World, thank you for the $4.99 super sticker. I really appreciate it.
I think the other person they're talking, their name is Me. I'm pretty sure that's my other cousin. He says G Nevada, and I know he used to love going to Gold Strike back when that was open, so that's got to be him.
Okay, Me. There you go. I say Gene, Nevada. What's in Gene? I don't think there's anything in Gene, Nevada.
Not much.
Let me know. I could be wrong, Me.
They closed down the Terribles. Oh, it's Terribles now, but it was Gold Strike before. So,
Okay, so that is Gene, right? The Terribles, and that's a casino I referenced one time. We were coming here for a huge event in Vegas. My friend had rooms on the Strip. It was a last minute thing for me. Couldn't get rooms anywhere. Got a room at Terribles right there. We went into the Strip. We had a good time. We came back to Gene to stay in the room. I swear there was a chalk outline of a dead person in the room.
Yes.
So we took off. We didn't even stay there. We just took off and crashed in my friend's room in Vegas. Yep. We said, forget it. However, there is that gas station there, the Chevron. How many times have you stopped there, man?
Never.
Never?
So the reason being is because those are on the California side. Well, no, that one's on the Nevada side. But the prices are very high. We used to stop at the Chevron or the Shell gas station that was linked up to Gold Strike, because if you go and you put in $20 in that casino, they do whatever they can to keep you coming back. So they would give you free play, and they'd give you like a tank of gas just for going there. So we would go there if anything. But usually I kind of try to fill up somewhere like on the outskirts of Vegas now.
Okay. Yeah, that's usually what I do. Do they have White Castle there? Yes, they do. Rain's World. They do have White Castle there. That gas station, not for the gas itself, but just for the station. I mean, they have some slot machines in there. They have like everything set up. They have a whole walk-in beer cooler. You could pick up whatever you want. It's pretty awesome. It's just an experience for the travelers. The kids, stopping there. You drive to Vegas quite often.
Too much.
Too much. What do you feel about State Line?
We stop there usually, on the way. I have a little tradition too. When we leave Vegas, we stop there to get McDonald's. I always get the 2 cheeseburger meal. It's more my tradition than hers. It's not great food, but it's kind of just the thing I've always done. I don't know why. But on the way to Vegas, we usually will stop at Prim and, throw $40, $60 in the machine and see how we do.
Now, I used to stop there when Buffalo Bills was open prior to COVID. Buffalo Bills was my spot. I know it's a little bit more dated, but they have Buffalo Bills, Whiskey Pizza, and Prim. Once they closed Buffalo Bills down, I went over one time to Whiskey Pete's. Oh my God, That place is a dive, dude.
Yeah,
the,
it's bad.
the floor, it has about that much of dirt on the floor. And Ray's World said the dirtier the floor, the looser the slots. Hey, I don't think that's true, but um, you know, I'm
That's
just
awesome.
wondering what they're gonna do with that whole Buffalo Bills thing, if they're ever gonna reopen it or not.
It's open.
But that was my tradition.
They opened up again.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Since when? I was there like last month.
So we went there last month and we drove up and there was cars there, but it was empty. It wouldn't, you
Okay.
couldn't drive in. And then we went about 3 weeks ago for 3 or 4 weeks ago for NG's app release. And
Okay.
it was open.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
You might
to.
have to go back there. I saw somebody, a
I'm
huge
gonna have to
backpack.
take a
I had
trip
your name on it.
tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going. I'm going. Just
Go
take a
Friday.
drive out there.
Go Friday. We'll stop by and say hi on our way up.
Oh, you're going Friday too?
Yeah, so it's actually my birthday on Saturday, so we're gonna shoot up there on Friday night or Friday afternoon and try our luck.
Hold on, we got a comment in here from Barbara Castillo. She says, "Oh my God, one time at Whiskey Pete's, I found a used condom at the bar table."
That's absolutely disgusting, but I want to know the story behind that. I really do.
I think there's more to that story, Barbara. We need to know for sure. Hey, it is like a truck stop type of thing, so I don't know what goes on there, but hey, I'm not about that lifestyle, so
No.
it's all good. Uh, wow. Okay, so State Line, I guess they opened Buffalo Bills back up. I'm glad to hear that. I was wondering what they were going to do if I know at one point, what is it? Tried to take it over. It went through so many different owners.
Mm.
At one point, we had stopped there. Do you do any ATVing or off roading or?
I don't, but I know what you're talking about. You were going to talk about, I think it's a Mint 500.
Yeah, they do that right out there.
Yeah.
And it was taken over by Terribles. So Terribles was running the casino. They were running all three of those properties at one time, I believe. And man, it just went downhill from there. Um, I used to like it when they had the poker tables open, or yeah, the poker tables open in Buffalo Bills. We played blackjack there one time, and I guess they were having problems getting help because we played blackjack, and I was busting, and they were paying me out chips. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she kept doing it. She just
That's
kept
my
paying
kind
up,
of
and
place.
the whole table. She was just like paid, and it was funny to watch people that were sitting at the table because half of them would take it and half would give it back. It was just all bad, all bad.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Do
know,
you
those
have
those
kids?
casinos those are good
Do you
places
have
to
kids,
find
bro?
treasure. What's that?
Do you have kids?
So I have a stepdaughter from Lady Avalon, her previous marriage. I've been in her
Okay,
life since she was 3 years old. Uh,
so you do have a kid.
yeah, absolutely amazing kid. I honestly like, she makes my job very, very easy. She's amazing.
Okay, okay. So does she travel with you guys?
Once in a while, we'll take her and we'll tell her to grab a friend. You know, we try to, usually we don't really care where we stay if it's just us, but we
Yeah.
try to get like a nice, suite or something when we bring her, and we'll take them out to the Adventure Dome or, some fun little things. We do escape rooms out there. There's some really good ones out there. Surprisingly, there's quite a bit to do in Vegas for families.
And I have that question coming up in the gambling section. They totally went family at one point, but then they structured it back down because they had Treasure Island, they had all of the shows and everything else,
Hmm.
but then they sort of tailored it back more for the gamblers because I guess they figured when people bring their kids, they're not gambling as much,
Right.
so they sort of tailored that back. You mentioned something. You get a nice suite. let me ask you. You're a gambler. How often do you pay for hotel rooms?
So we used to go to Caesar's properties all the time because they have
Okay.
Paris and they have all the properties in Vegas. But we stopped going to them just because the comps kind of started falling off. It was really impossible to get rooms anymore, no matter how much we really played. We started going to Cosmo a lot more, and we haven't had to pay for a room at Cosmo in a long time. Pretty much this whole year, it's just been free trips, 3, 4, 5 nights even, plus free everything. So yeah, I usually don't pay too much, or if anything, for a room.
That's good. Brothers, sisters.
Yeah, I got a few. So I have an older brother. I've got a younger brother. I've got 3 sisters. Because both of my parents divorced at a young age, and they both remarried. So kind of went out. Actually, I got 4 sisters. Sorry, one of them I met. She was like almost 30 years old when I met her. My stepmom actually found her and got into contact with her. So that was pretty cool. That was amazing. She's super nice. She's awesome.
Older, younger?
She's older. Yeah, she's older.
Okay.
My other 3 sisters are younger brother, and an older brother.
Okay, great. The World According to Jim says Cosmopolitan has the best rewards program if you get to the gold tier level. I'm there. I'm there. I got there on the Hit It and Quit It event. Just from that one trip, they bumped me up there. So that was a good trip for me.
That's awesome.
Okay, so brothers and sisters, you have that. What do you enjoy doing when you're not gambling or at work?
So, a few things. We like to obviously, as a family, we'll go to escape rooms. We kind of made that kind of a little hobby of ours. The 3 of us, or we'll let Hayden grab a friend or something, bring a friend. Yeah, we've kind of gravitated towards that. You go out to dinner and then do an escape room. You have an hour to solve a bunch of puzzles and go through a bunch of rooms and try to get out, in time. That's awesome. We'll do that. And then when it's just the 2 of us, we'll do. I like to do a lot of speakeasies. So we'll do some of those. She likes it too sometimes. I drag her along most of the time, but and then karaoke. I do a lot of karaoke, more so when the lockdowns, before the lockdowns came. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with that.
Okay, karaoke. Let me get to that, but I have a couple of questions on the escape rooms. So the escape rooms. One, do you watch the scary movies that involve the escape rooms?
So yeah, it's funny for anybody who's never done one. That's the first question they always ask me. Yeah, I watched it, and it's entertaining, but I can see how you would never want to do one after that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and then let's see. Taylor says, "Dance Dance Revolution."
So,
I need to know what that's about.
So when we were much younger, we used to go down to a place in Upland, California called Nickel, and we would spend 10, 12 hours out there. And they had a machine, an arcade game with 4 arrows on it and plays music.
Yeah.
And you dance to the music and try to hit all the arrows, on beat or off beat, whatever. But, you pass or fail the song basically based on how accurate you are on your steps. And I was pretty good. I would generate crowds.
Oh, okay. You would get the crowd around you. Nickel. They used to have one right there off of Azusa and Workman.
I've been there. That was one of my stopping grounds.
Hey, that's one of my old stomping grounds right there too, over there in Azusa. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised awesome. we didn't run into each other.
I know, right?
Sounds like there's a challenge coming out with Dance Dance Revolution. That could be something.
Dude, I am so out of shape now, man. That was back in like junior high, back when I could like jump 20 feet high and, run for 20 minutes straight and not care. Now it's like I'm winded after 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. But that's a good workout if you could do it. So you like to do that. You like to do the escape rooms. Bro, you just do a little bit of everything, right?
I try, we try to mix it up a little bit, just have fun. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, life's too short, you got to enjoy every bit of it.
I agree 100% with that. Tell me one of your most embarrassing moments growing up.
Oh, geez. One of my most embarrassing moments growing up.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of them because you're thinking about it quite a bit. PDX,
I don't
thank you
know.
for coming in. Whiskey cheers, brother.
Whiskey cheers. That's actually a really good question. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I've had quite a few. It's just you hit me with it. I'm like, wait, what?
Real quick,
I don't know.
AA Ron Lee, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
AA Ron, nice.
Aaron Lee. Hey, Key and Peele.
I love that
one
skit.
of my favorite skits from them.
I love that skit. Yeah, you know what? I honestly can't remember.
Taylor says seeing our grandfather naked.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, actually. And no, that's dude, I'm so glad you're here because I would have had nothing to say, but that did happen. Yeah. I wouldn't call it an embarrassing moment for myself. It'd be more of a traumatizing, dumbfounded moment. But yeah, that did happen. We used to, me and my cousin used to spend the night at our grandparents a lot. He had the pool, the swimming pool. Him and my grandma were there, and they just had this massive house. It was a regular house, but they just put a bunch of additions onto it. So it was like as a kid, every corner is just like something new to explore. It was so huge to us when we were young. But yeah, so we would stay up really late at nighttime. Don't ask me how we got them, but at age 10, we were launching fireworks off and everything in the middle of the night. Yeah, one night we were sitting there. I'm pretty sure we were watching Austin Powers when our parents didn't know we were watching Austin Powers. And it was kind of like that movie, Signs with Mel Gibson, where that alien just like walks by real quick. Well, that was my grandpa, naked, just walking right by. I'm like, we both kind of looked at each other like, did that just happen? I would say now that you brought it up, this is probably the most embarrassing moment. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Tell us real quick before we get on to gambling, what is an average day for you? Take us through your day.
So, considering I spend my most of my day working, with my commute, I drive about 67 miles each way. Not every day, depends on if I'm on shift or not. But I'd say I work like 3 days one week, 4 days the next week. So I do the math. It's about 15 hours a day I'm gone from home. So yeah. I kind of work and then come home, eat, try to spend an hour with the family, and then sleep. On the weekends that we're off, if Hayden's not at her dad's house, we're here. We'll try to do something, whether it's necessities like going shopping, clothes shopping or whatever, then that's when we'll go out and do escape rooms, or we'll go take a trip down to San Diego, SeaWorld or something, just try to do things like that. But yeah, catch up on Lady Avalon says catch up on slot videos when she's not around. When Hayden's not around, we catch up on all the slot videos.
Hey, there you go. I'm going to ask you a personal question because I heard you mention it. How do you get along with your daughter's biological dad?
That's a good question. At first, it was never really surprisingly hard, but at first it was a little bit rocky, just kind of going into getting used to each other, I guess. But surprisingly, for the most part, it's not been very bad, especially now. We have a great relationship, shake each other's hand. We talk about, we hang out on events, stuff like her birthday, or even, his brother and sister-in-law are friends with me now. And his best friend is one of my good friends now, him and them and their wife. So it's really good. We kind of all agree that it's really healthy for, my stepdaughter.
Without a doubt. I mean, anytime children can see adults acting like adults and being cordial, and hey, that's a good thing. My thumbs up to you on that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so we found out what a normal day for you is. I feel you on that traffic. I used to have to drive in 66 miles from Palmdale to Beverly Hills every day, an hour and a half minimum without traffic. And that's me leaving at 4:00 in the morning. If I leave any time after that, it's 2+ hours. I could be in Vegas, bro. Yeah.
Exactly. No, I hear you, man.
I hate California traffic. So let's get into gambling. How did you get started gambling?
So the first casino I ever went to was Morongo. I think at the time I worked at Office Max, department store out here. It's kind of like Staples or Office Depot.
SB Dreaming.
Me and a few of them were just catching up on some of this. Thank you very much, Lily. I appreciate you. So me and a few of my friends, we were just kind of trying to figure out what to do. I think it was like 10 o'clock at night. And we decided, hey, Morongo is 18 plus. So we decided to go out there. And nobody else wanted to gamble. They all made the drive with me, but nobody else gambled. I took $20 with me, literally $20. I knew how to play blackjack, but I never actually played it, officially in a casino. Sat down, and within, maybe 10 minutes or so, I had about $300 on me. And I was hooked. They got me, They
got you.
Yeah. Morongo paid for our, I guess, 2 a.m. breakfast, that night for all like 4 of us. It was great. That's how I was introduced to gambling.
Real quick, let me say hi to It's a Slot Machine Simon. Thank you for coming in. She wants to know, what games did you play? Before that, Gamblers Unknown says, us Californians spend more time in our cars than we do in our beds. Hey, that's a true story, bro.
Dude, that's absolutely right, man. It's crazy. Yeah, Gamblers Unknown, I agree with you. It's and anywhere you want to go, you have to set it. You have to plan to travel before you make your plans. Simon, hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you showed up. So what games did I play? Well, before slot machines, I used to play blackjack. I was really big in blackjack. Morongo was my home casino until about 21 years old. Naturally, since it was an 18 plus casino, and we would go there all the time, and just my brother and my cousin would sit at the bar drinking, and I would just sit there for sometimes 6 to 8 hours, nonstop, because they would pay me nonstop. It was awesome. But I played blackjack, and I expanded from there to craps, and then eventually roulette. Mostly table games, never a slot machine until I met Lady Avalon.
So let's talk about that. Hello, Bobby, Life of a Gambler. I'm reading it right now, so I got it, bro. Don't worry about it. I got you. Just don't put any funny words in there, and I'm all good. So you were on a streak. When you got hooked on gambling, it was on table games, blackjack. You were able to roll money up real quick and turn it into a streak. Every time you went there, you would come out with cash, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was kind of blown away because literally every time I would go to the casino, my bankroll was $100. I only made $9.10 an hour. So, you know, I was at Office Max. But I kid you not, every time I went to the casino, I was leaving profit with like $400, $500. I don't know. It got so crazy that I would tell my coworkers at Office Max, come on down with me, and I will guarantee you half of your investment. And say, give me $100. If I lose your 100, I'll give you 50 back. They would show up with me. They would bring their parents. People would just be like, here's $100, and I would make them a few $100, and there you go. And that lasted for like 2 years.
That was back when?
Whenever I was 18. I can't math. Have you ever seen my videos? I can't do math.
Okay. Hey, you're like me. I can't read. So
it was about 2004.
I'm just telling you. He's from California. I'm from California. That says something about our school system. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's about 2004, 2003, something like that.
Okay. So you were basically doing group pools on blackjack back in the day.
I never thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. You were the originator of group pools on blackjack. Hey. I love it. But let me ask you this. You were on a super hot streak. What killed your hot streak?
I got married.
Hey, that'll do it every time.
Not to Lady Avalon.
She's still waiting for the ring. She's still waiting.
Yeah, she's still waiting. I don't know why she's waiting. I mean, come on.
Wait. You just said it. Are you scared you're gonna kill your hot streak again, or what's going on, bro?
No, maybe you know, if I just get off my butt and actually do it, it'll reignite that hot streak.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's weird though. Like, and I'm not knocking my ex or anything. You know, at the time it was good, but things just didn't work out. But I kid you not, it was just, you know how gambling is. It's all timing. And as soon as I got married, I couldn't win for crap. So, yeah, I mean, and then after that, you know, just never, I mean, once in a great while, but never really won much after that on blackjack.
Hey, things that make you go,
Right?
Exes are always a jinx, Bobby says. The life of a gambler. Hey, true story. I'm glad my ex isn't in here for sure.
No, Olga. No, it's my job.
Lady Avalon, give him a ring. There you go.
I already answered.
So you were on a hot streak. What's the most you've ever won?
I've always been kind of more of a low roller. I would think so on blackjack, one of my best streaks is I started with about $100, and I used to yeah, absolutely right, BD Slots. I better put a ring on. I gotta stop slacking, man. But in about 20 minutes, I was on my lunch break from selling houses with a couple of coworkers at San Manuel, and I turned $100 into about $1,300 in about 10 minutes. So that was my biggest win on blackjack. On slots, my biggest hit was about $3,400.
Okay.
So yeah.
So let's talk about slots. What is your average betting? First, what's your average budget when you go to Vegas or you go to gamble at the casino?
It really, honestly, it varies, you know, based on, I guess, work, overtime, you know, things like that. But if I'm going locally, I've gone with as little as $100, or, you know, even $300, you know, and just use some free play or whatever. If I'm going to Vegas for like this weekend, I set aside, you know, a few $1,000s. Just for my birthday, you know, live stream. Even if it wasn't a live stream, it's kind of just celebrating and being with friends and family. we all kind of have, gambling in common, whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But, yeah. But I usually don't go with a huge bankroll, more average, I would say average about $3 or $300,
I thought you were going to say $3 for a minute. I was like, bro, you're waiting on that win streak for sure. No, but I have a couple of questions. I'm going to follow up the biggest win with what is your biggest loss?
So I would say probably my biggest loss would have happened this year. I was really pushing, both of us actually, me and Lady Avalon were kind of pushing for the platinum status, the top tier at Cosmopolitan before they switched to MGM. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I that shit always gets you. That
It
shit
does.
always gets you. Okay, so you were pushing for the platinum status.
Yeah, and because we've never had top tier status anywhere really. So we figured, hey, we can do this at least once in our lives, because we're not usually massive gamblers. So I think that weekend I probably lost about $3,500.
Okay.
It's nothing to break the bank. Each. She says each. You never told me this.
Snitches get stitches.
Well, now I got to rework my budget. Geez, that was just yesterday. It's always important. Like if we do a big trip, we always make sure to budget ahead of time, plan ahead of time. Anytime we go to Vegas, anytime we go to the casino in general, we make sure our bills are paid, everything's taken care of. We got food in the fridge and the cabinets. We're solid. We got some money in savings, and then we'll go and have some fun. So the losses, it really is a lot of money, but it's not gonna hurt when you do.
I think Bobby's giving me shit because I keep talking about his water bottle that he takes into San Man. Is it water or is it goose? I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's a great idea. You know what? It's funny that he says that. So when I'm in Vegas, I have no shame. Sometimes I'll literally walk around with a flask. I don't even care. I just
right.
They don't say anything.
Vegas.
Yeah,
right?
They don't say anything. I've done it at Harrah's too. I'll walk around with a flask, and I haven't been told anything yet, but maybe I just got lucky. Can I give a shout out real quick? My buddy
Please.
PDX, right there. Thank you for joining, my brother. Good friend of mine. He's actually going to be out in Vegas with us this weekend, him and his wife. So
thank you, PBX, for coming in, or PDX. I'm sorry. I still can't read, right, Bobby? Even the 3-letter words. Hey. I know the ones that are important, so that's all that matters. So it's funny you mentioned Harrah's, because prior to COVID, Harrah's down in San Diego. Do you ever tap into the ATM at casinos? Aaron wants to know.
Yes, I do. But it's typically, I would say 60% of the time, every time, it's within my budget.
90% of all the time is, 90% of the 10% of the time is all the time I go into my budget. Yeah.
Yeah. So optimistically, I'll take, a lesser amount than I plan on actually losing in cash. And then if I happen to lose that, if I just get on a really bad losing streak, then I'm like, I could do a little bit more, just pull a little bit more out there. And then I hit my budget and I go back to the ATM a little bit.
Yeah, the Vegas vacation thing. Why don't you give me half of your money? Go into the back alley. I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. The ATM, we're good friends.
You and the ATM are good friends. Hey, sometimes that is the only machine at the casino that seems to pay out for me until it doesn't. It doesn't. And then we
you hit that limit. You hit that limit and you're like, hey, how much money do you have?
Wait, hold on. Gamblers Unknown says they actually dropped the ATM fee here to $3. So
Wow, that's pretty good.
it's a low interest loan, is what they say. Gamblers in Vegas, I think the lowest one that I've seen is like $9 or something like that, or maybe $4 at some of the machines. True story. At Yamava, I think it's 4, and then Harrah's I think is 9 down in SoCal. But you mentioned Harrah's and bringing a flask in. Prior to COVID, we used to be able to take coolers in because hey, we would go in there and bring coolers. Now they don't let you bring the coolers in after they open back up after COVID. You can't take coolers in there. You have to just bring it in your bags or whatever. We still get it in, but
I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, you find a way, right?
yeah, exactly.
uh,
But the best way is to tip the bartenders well, because tip the bartenders well, leave an open tab. Don't pay the tab until the end of the night and tip them at the end of the night and tip them good. The
yes,
next time you come
absolutely.
in, you'll find that bar tab is way down and you've ordered more drinks than any other time. Hey, I love the bartenders
So
down
true.
there, and
So true.
I have a lot of favorite ones down there. So
You
they
forgot to
take
say
care of.
Harrah's, cover your ears.
Yeah, please. Harris doesn't watch me. Yamava, on the other hand, they're looking for Bobby right now.
Oh, jeez. Oh, by the way, pro tip on the whole bringing alcohol in. If you're going to bring Coronas, it's cans, right?
Oh, yeah, they didn't let us
Yeah.
have glass.
Bring cans because the bar gives you cans. So if they see you walking around with a can from your room, they're not going to say anything. But if you have a bottle, they're going to know.
Oh, good tip. Good tip. Good tip for sure. Where is your go-to casino? I mean, is it Yamava or is it Sandman? I mean, is it Morongo?
I haven't been to Morongo in years. Actually, I haven't even seen their brand new upgrades.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we usually will go to San Manuel if we're staying local, and then if we're going to Vegas, it's usually Cosmopolitan. I don't know if that's going to stay the same now that they've made the MGM switch.
Okay.
I would say a second runner-up would either be Circa or Resorts World.
So Gamblers Unknown says, I know this. Being Eastern time zone, I could hit the ATM at 9 o'clock Pacific time. Don't have to wait until midnight. Hey, that's a good tip. That's a
That's
good
nice.
tip. You've already reached your limit at 9 p.m. You can take it out right after. Awesome
Yeah.
tip.
Also, another one too, and this is total degenerate. If you have two separate people on the account, that's two separate limits.
Hey, whoa, we're getting degen tips now. Thank you. I didn't know that one, but hey, I'm gonna have to look into that for sure. Um,
I've never done it before, though.
no, you're telling me from a friend, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. What is your all-time favorite casino that you've been to? Big Easy Slots. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it.
What's going on, Big Easy? How you doing, my brother? All-time favorite. I would really have to say, as of right now, it's got to be Cosmo. They just have so much there. Not only Yamava has a massive variety, and they're doing much better now. So I guess locally it would be Yamava, but in Vegas it would be Cosmo, just because it's not just a casino. I told you earlier I'm really big into speakeasies. You know, the hidden bars.
Okay. Yeah.
They have like 4 hidden bars over there, and they're really, really fun to go to.
The barber shop.
Yeah, you know, I've never been to that one because every time I go, they tell me I need to pay $450 minimum for a drink charge, and it's not worth it to me. For if it's just the two of us, we want to go to the bar and have a drink, I'm not going to give them $450. But I did hear.
Me and you could go. We could kill that bar tab easy.
No problem. No problem. But give me 3 bottles of single barrel and we're done already.
Exactly.
I did hear though that during the weekdays they actually do live band karaoke, so that's kind of tempting for me.
Here's a question from Rain's World. If you win early in a Vegas, do you take the money home or play it there?
It depends. Are we talking from a personal standpoint or a slot channel standpoint? Because
Are you talking about before the bottle of single barrel or after the bottle of single barrel? Because so those are two different people you're talking to.
So this is your Avalon or the Hulk.
Yeah.
Typically we will keep playing. I ideally I would love to go home with a profit. Once in a while, I'll set aside, like at least as much as I came with and say, all right, we hit a big jackpot or something. We're going to set that aside. We're not going to touch that. We're just going to have fun with the rest. It doesn't matter if we have a profit or not, as long as we have a good time. The trip's paid for. So you're not really going to feel the loss if you lose it at that point. So yeah, I would keep playing for sure.
Okay. Big Easy Slot says, get a haircut at the barbershop and they let you in free, no waiting.
Dude.
That's $100 bar. I think it's $70 to get your haircut there, plus the tip. So it's $100. I mean,
cheaper than $450. That's a good tip,
PDX says, until you're done at the pool, then go back and lose it all.
Yeah. PDX is trying to get us to go to the pool on Saturday at Circa. So that's pending right now. But
bro, have you seen that pool there?
So funny story, actually. First time I ever saw that pool, we stayed there. We didn't have a player's card or anything there. We were in line to check in, and there was only one person in front of us. And a guy in a suit just goes, "Hey, you guys, you checking in?" "Yeah, we're checking in." He's all, "Come on over here." So he takes us over to the VIP check-in. And he's like, "No, you don't have to wait. Just go ahead, check in over here." And we had bought the basic room. One of the few times we actually paid for a room because we wanted to check it out. I think it was like $250 for the weekend, which was not bad. The lady at the VIP check-in was doing her thing, and I asked her, I said, do you guys have any upgrades or something, maybe pay a little extra for? She pulls it up and she says, "Oh, looks like you're already upgraded." So they randomly upgraded us to some 2-bedroom suite with a wet bar, everything. It was beautiful. But with the pool, the curtains opened up and it was like right in front of the pool. You could see everything. You could see the giant screen. It was beautiful, man. That pool just blew me away.
That is awesome. I couldn't even imagine being there during like a big football weekend or something like that. That would be insane. Real quick, Slots of Ben, thank you for coming in. Taylor wants to know, she says, Katrina says hi and misses you guys. Wants to know, how did you get the name Avalon Vash Slots? And we're going to jump with that question. We're going to jump right into your channel because that's the first question on the list.
All right. So Katrina, is that oh, Caitlin. Oh,
Caitlin.
How you doing, Caitlin? Good to see you again.
Caitlin, sorry about that.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So you were saying, how did I get in my name? Yeah, okay, I was reading it. Sorry. So back when I was in high school, I used to play one of those online shooter games, Counter-Strike. My brother kind of got me into it with him. We would go together to these little cafes and play against people in the same room or all over the world. I used to I named myself Vash. It was based off an old anime that it was a gunman that never missed. So I figured that'd be cool. Now I missed a lot in real life. I was not that great, but had fun. But when you play for a while, there'll be teams out there that will want you to join different groups, so that you can join and play matches with them. And I joined a group called Avalon Nation. So they gave me the name Avalon Vash and that was back in like 2004, 2005. So that name stuck with me for almost 20 years. So anytime Slot Exotic, hey,
Slot
thank you.
Exotic, thank you for coming in.
Have a good night, my brother. Thank you for coming in.
It's past his bedtime, but he's up watching.
Hey, I'm flattered. That's awesome.
Isn't that what gamblers do when
Yep.
it's past their bedtime? Hey, let me see who's playing live. Who's live right now? I want to watch some slots. I want to watch something. Sorry, no slots, bro. But this guy plays some slots. So glad you joined it, Slot Exotic.
So yeah, you know that name kind of Avalon Vash kind of stuck with me for almost 20 years now. And you know, anytime any game I would play or anything like that, I would just kind of use that name. So when I created my YouTube account, it was originally just Avalon Vash. And then when I decided to, you know, eventually make a slot channel, we just added slots at the end of it.
Okay. That brings us up to the next question. Why did you start a slot channel?
I have no idea. It's horrible. I'm just kidding. So, I mean, we go, you know, we often went to the casinos a lot, and you know, I mean, we would share wins and stuff with friends as well as losses. Back in 2017, you know, kind of like yourself, we ran into NG, not him personally, we ran into his channel. The first video I ever saw of him was when he was at Morongo playing Eureka Blast. I still remember that. Buffalo. No, that was a different one, but that was a good one. Yeah. But yeah, he was playing at Morongo, and you know, when you're walking through a casino, you know, doing a live stream, you got to put your camera down so you don't catch any of the other people. And I commented on his video saying, is it sad that I know which casino you're at based on the carpet? And I don't think he got it. He's like, oh, he responded with something like, oh, the casino name's in the description, so everyone knows. I'm like, oh, dang. But you know, I watched him. I commented again. You know, I was like, no, this is what I meant. You know, but I watched him. He kind of got me like hooked on the whole idea of a slot channel, and I had been following him for a while. It went, you know, obviously it went a few years. And then I started, you know, recording, you know, just a couple really small group pools with coworkers, just holding my phone and doing that. And then after kind of getting to meet some people in the slot community like NG, Mr. Mike, Bomba Slots, you know, me and Lady Avalon kind of talked, and we're like, you know what? I mean, we go, you know, a decent amount, and we can record this and start sharing it with people. And she's not as she's not as much of like a camera person or people person with her personality. She's more of like, oh, you know, I'm good, you know, and me, hey, let's talk, you know, let's meet new people and stuff. Yeah, she says she's background.
Real quick, PDX says you started the channel because it was cheaper than your video game habits.
For some people. Yeah, that's funny, PDX. What was Gambler Unknown say? How did you get one of
He says, how did you get one of your first videos of the new Huff and Puff? Did you camp out there?
No, no, it was pretty empty. I think I waited like 5 minutes. Yamava was one of the first casinos to have it. They seem to have them. They have a massive variety of slot machines over there. It's insane. Oh, yeah. So, but they have like 4 of them, or I think 4 of them over there. The sad part is it's a new machine and they're still empty. That kind of tells you, you know.
Oh, there they go. They must have heard somebody coming to the door. So I wanted to ask you this. We're still on your channel. How did you become a moderator for NG?
So with NG, again, like, you know, I started watching the videos early on, like yourself. And eventually we ended up running into him at the Cosmopolitan.
Okay.
Super nice guy. As you know, I believe you said you met him.
Yes.
You know, one of the most humble guys I've ever met. I think that's one of the reasons that his channel is so appealing to many people, is just because he's generally a good guy. So I ran into him there. You know, he was doing a live stream, and he literally stopped his live stream with thousands of people to come up and take a picture with us and everything, which was amazing. And then we ended up running into him a couple more times. And I was a frequent person in his live streams and his premieres. And then we went to his birthday and stuff. So I was kind of more active in a lot of the stuff that he was doing. So one day I was in his live stream and I was talking, you know, the community is pretty close knit in his channels. So I was talking with him, and he just randomly messaged, and he's like, Avalon, you have the power. And I'm like, well, so I typed
You are
in.
one of my powerful subscribers now. You are my powerful moderator.
Yeah. So he just I type in there, and I was like, well, Angie, what do you mean? And when my response popped up there, my name was blue and I had a wrench next to it. And I'm like, oh man, you know, so that was pretty cool, you know. So he made me a moderator, and then shortly after, Mr. Mike and Bomba also kind of made me a moderator on their channels as well. That was really cool, you know.
So
met
you
him,
got in with the trio there.
Yeah, and I've met all of them in person a few times. Dude, I can't say enough nice things about them. They're all super nice, super approachable, and I think that, especially if you have a YouTube channel, that's one of the most important things. Is you have to be approachable with your subscribers, and even, you know, you never know who you're going to run into, and people are awesome, so enjoy it, you know.
Exactly. Now, you said you were at Ingie's birthday party back in October.
Yeah,
bro, I was there.
Oh, really?
I was there. I'm surprised. I was there. I was hanging with Slotty by Nature, Slot Sister, Mr. Mike. I was actually carrying Mr. Mike's tripod around for him because he didn't have his bag, so I put it in my bag. Had to come back the next day. So yeah, we were there. I'm surprised I didn't run into you then.
Well, I mean, back then we were just kind of like in the background, you know. We didn't really have we didn't have a slot channel then. In fact, it's funny because we were sitting down towards like the farther end of the entrance where the second bar is, and we were just sitting on the chairs. And what's her name? Savvy Slot PK, I believe.
Slot Savvy PK.
Yeah,
yes,
she came up
around. She took pictures of everybody. She was right in our face too. Did the same thing.
So she was doing her, you know, her video recording, and she came up to us and she was like, "Oh, you guys look like you would be a good slot channel. Do you have a slot channel?" No, I forget what we said. We said something like, "Yeah, you know, we want a slot channel eventually." Oh no, I remember. I said, she said, "What's the name of your slot channel when you do make one?" I said, "It's going to be L Slots," because my name is Eric and that's Liz. I said, "It's going to be L Slots. We don't speak Spanish, but we like tacos and tequila." You know,
bro, I was standing right there when she was asking you that.
No way, that's crazy.
I was standing right there when she was asking you that. I was next to Bad Boy Slot Channel, Slotty by Nature. We were all standing right there. You were at the table right next to us, bro.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Yeah. We didn't really know many people then. I mean, we knew of Filthy Slots and his wife, so we took pictures with them. You know, we said what's up to Mr. Mike and Bomba and NG and all them and stuff. But it was, we were not really as I guess known in the community as much anymore. And even still, there's a lot of people I still need to get to know. But yeah.
Obviously. What is the best thing you like about doing YouTube and running a channel, so to speak?
Honestly, I really enjoy being able to present content that people like. I know you can't necessarily please everyone on YouTube, but I would say the vast majority of the people are amazing. They give such good feedback. They show how much they enjoy watching the videos, and it kind of, it really honestly it amplifies our gambling experience, because now it's not just us, but we get to share it with everybody. And it almost seems like, especially the certain close subscribers, I have a few on my channel that literally when I post a video, they comment within like 5-10 minutes. They're amazing. But it's more of a family feel. And I enjoy that a lot.
Okay. So Lady Avalon says, and I'm going to change this into my own verbiage. She basically says he's a camera whore and he likes talking to everybody. So I just translated it for you, Lady Avalon. It's a true thing.
Is that like Google translation, or did you just do that on your own?
No, that's a Google translation. I looked it up. But bro, your personality is really good, and it comes through on your videos.
Thank you.
That's why I think you're going to go far. You have a style that's your own, and I'd like to see how it develops over time.
I appreciate
What
it.
have you found the most difficult part of doing YouTube for you?
Staying not mad.
Accepting losses.
Yeah. It's funny because so I mean I'm human, just like the next person. I bust my butt off for my money. But naturally as a gambler, if you're playing, and see, I said this in one of my previous videos. I'm not upset by losing. I'm upset by when you're playing and you get 0 bonuses, 0 line hits, and it's just like boom, 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 real quick, real hardcore. That frustrates me. And I'll be talking on my video and everything. All right, you guys, thank you for watching, and then hit that record and just
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we all been there, but you know what? My interaction with viewers and finding out what they like, they want to see the wins. They want to see a little bit of frustration, not being an asshole, but they want to see they want to see the ups and downs. Hey, we all have it. The hardest part about losing is being upbeat during the videos. As Michael, Gamblers Unknown, just put that comment up. It's hard to be upbeat when you're losing.
Yeah.
And you still have to be, because hey, you're putting on a show, but people still want to see the real you. So if you're upset, that's fine, because that is the real you. Scotty H Town, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Not every video is going to be a winner. Not every video is going to be that. And like you said, you could go through $1,000, not get 1 bonus. That pisses me off. What pisses me off more is if I go in and I'm playing with free play and I kick that baby up to $700, but by the time the video's over, it's at 0. That's when I get pissed off at myself. When I'm playing with their money, I win, and I'm not. James Spitzer, the sexiest man on YouTube, is in the chat. Thank you for coming in, James Spitzer. And then awesome. PDX said, so true. Show the good and the bad days. Hey, that's what people want to see. The reality of gambling. It's not always going to be rainbows, sunshine, and unicorns. So if you get a little upset, hey, your fans will either like it or stop following you completely.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. It should be a hobby. It's definitely not a way to make money. I lose more than I win for sure, but it's all about that entertainment factor. Just have a good time.
Exactly. So what do you want to do with your channel?
I don't know. Eventually I would definitely like to grow it. I have no idea where it can go right now. I'm just kind of, riding the wave. I got Lady Avalon with me. Absolutely amazing. So if it goes nowhere, I'm going to be just as happy as if it goes somewhere, because we have a blast.
I think that's key. If you could just have fun and keep producing content. Now, I had a question. We're going back to gambling. So I'm gonna trigger it back to gambling. When you said your budget, you go to the casino with X amount. Now that you have a channel, do you tend to try and gamble different than you did before?
Not necessarily differently. I do find myself gambling a little bit more. But
which is not a bad thing.
No. Once in a while, yes, once in a while, we'll try to step up the bets a little bit, and try to bet a little bit bigger. I mean, compared to other channels, we all kind of are shadowed by the greats, like NG, Raja, but those are like novelty channels. They're more so like the massive bets, and those are expected. But
exactly,
and that's good. Those are super fun to watch. But for us, we like we don't get a lot of hand pays and stuff because we are smaller bets, but they do happen. Like I don't know, I think you saw the last video I posted, the premiere. We were only betting $6, and we hit a hand pay out of that and it was after like $400 of losing in other machines.
Exactly.
But yeah, we will step our bets up once in a while to hopefully bring a little bit extra wow factor entertainment. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. So
exactly. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you the question that I sort of asked in the beginning. And this is why I asked that question in the beginning. If you're trying to solve a problem, you haven't been able to solve it, so you step away and you come back with fresh eyes. My opinion, a lot of new channels have fresh eyes. So they see the problem differently. They see a solution differently. They see channel growing differently. How do you see your channel growing? Do you have new ideas to step up the slot community or to step up your game in the slot community?
Yeah. So it kind of reflects back to one of your previous videos, talking about where you mentioned channels having a tough time getting exposure, getting noticed out there.
Exactly.
I personally feel like a big part of it is networking and just getting yourself out there, participating, giving to the slot community, because the slot community is massive right now. Giving to the community, participating, just being, in chats and stuff, going to events, but also with content ideas. We recently did the $500 challenge. How far will $500 take you? And it lasted us 5 episodes. We went up and down, up and down, up and down. It was a fun video. We got a lot of good feedback from it because it was average betting. But it's just putting a little tiny spin on your video, that people can think about. So I would really say just kind of coming up with certain ideas to set yourself apart from the norm, just to make it a little more exciting, add a little spice to it, Emerald Lagasse, bam,
Bam.
Lady Avalon's over there. She's telling me the challenges, so yeah, and I brought an idea to you that my coworker asked of me the other day, and you kind of, again, added that extra set of eyes as you speak of, and you said, take that idea and make it a challenge to all slot channels.
Exactly.
So things like that. Just getting.
I'm looking forward to that coming out. I'm not going to say anything about it right now, but I can't wait, and I want to see you be the first video to do it. Slot Sister is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Look, I want to see you be the first person to do that challenge. You do that challenge, and man,
I'm dreading it.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be tough, but yeah, it's gonna be a good challenge. Hopefully, some slot channels will take it on. My hang up with that is I feel like I have to kind of just like mention it to those slot channels before I do it, because to give the common courtesy, because of what the challenge is, they may not want me to put their name out there knowing that they're going to just say no. I don't know. I mean,
hey bro, what I'm saying is tag 25 channels. Hopefully one of them accepts your challenge. Slot Sister said she would do it.
You don't know. Slot Sister, we go to the same casino. Hey, by the way, she says she got to meet me. Oh, geez, you put it out there. I wasn't even going to say that, Slot Sister. We were actually at Yamava like a week or two ago, and she came up and she recognized Lady Avalon, and we got to meet her very briefly. Super nice lady, and she was absolutely awesome. It'd be really nice to hang out, knock back a few drinks, and enjoy some sliding together one of these days for sure.
Okay, so real quick, Chasing the Bonus Slots wants to know what the challenge is. El Weddle Slots is in the house. Spanglish Slots is in the house. You don't have to say right now. You could just leave it. Anticipation, guys. Anticipation.
First off, Chasing the Bonus, what's up, brother, man? It's good to see you here. I don't want to put the challenge out just yet. Give me a little bit of time. I'd say a few weeks. I'm going to plan to do it. July is pretty busy. I'll plan to do it in August. I know it's a long time to wait, but August, I'd say beginning of August. We'll give it to the beginning of August.
Okay. Are you doing this at Yamava or in Vegas?
I'll do it at Yamava. Vegas seems too far from home. I got to be close to home if things go wrong.
Wait. We're making this right now. I'm telling you right now. We're making this an event. I know what the challenge is, guys. So we're making this an event. You're going to announce when you're going to do it, and we're going to be there to watch you do it and go live. So we're going to be there supporting you. You name the date, you name the time. We're all there. I know I'll be there. I'll have whoever I know that wants to come down and meet me. I'll give out bracelets, some T-shirts, whatever I have, I'll give out. So if you guys want to come down to Yamava during his challenge, I'll be there. It's going to be a great one.
Absolutely. Yeah. The more the merrier. The more they can laugh at me and enjoy the day. And then after we're done, we'll have some whiskey cheers or whatever drink you like and have a good time.
Hey, I love it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I can't wait for the channels that are in the chat to show up at Yamava too, because you will be next on that list, and we'll get that challenge done with
Coming for you.
Okay. I know I've kept you on an hour and 16 minutes. Let's get into the final section of this interview, which is called Quick Hits. Guys, it's time for Quick Hits, and we're going to ask them some questions, and we'll get this going right now. Real quick, bar soap or body wash?
Body wash.
Okay. Laundry or dishes?
Laundry.
Okay. Lady Avalon, does he do either?
Laundry because far walk.
She said laundry because it's a far walk.
Okay. Fruits or vegetables?
Fruits.
Pandas or koalas?
That's a tough one. Pandas.
Panda magic. Batman or Superman?
Superman. No, Batman. Wait, Batman.
Batman. Okay.
He can afford a slot channel.
Planning or winging it?
Winging it.
Okay. Intense pain for 10 minutes or dull pain for a day?
Dull pain for a day. I have a good threshold, so I can deal with it.
Okay. False hope or unnecessary anxiety?
False hope, 100%. That's what I deal with every time I go to the casino.
Okay. Lose sleep or miss a meal?
Lose sleep for sure. Have you seen me?
Silly hat or silly socks?
Silly songs.
Okay. A secret password or a secret handshake?
That's a good one. Handshake for sure.
Okay. What's your dream car, bro?
I've always said a Hellcat because I've driven Dodge, but I'm going to go with a little bit higher, go a McLaren.
Okay. McLaren, I love it. I love it. That's a great dream car for sure. And hopefully you'll get it once you hit that high limit major or grand or whatever it is. You're going to need to hit a couple of them to get that though. Anybody coming to Rancho Cucamonga or Rancho where you're at, what's a restaurant you would recommend to them?
There's a good sushi spot actually that I've always enjoyed. I haven't been there in a little while, but it's called Sake Tumi. Like sake to
Sake
me,
to me.
but sake. It's pretty good.
I love it. I love it. And the last question is, what's the best thing you've ever ate? People in the chat, keep it clean.
I see where he's going with that. Best thing I've ever eaten. That's, I could easily say, something like Gordon Ramsay or something like that because we go there often. But I'm going to go a little more emotionally tied. My dad's ribs. He taught me how to make pork spare ribs when I was a kid. And that's my signature dish when I go to family's houses or with friends or even the barbecue at my work. I always make those now. And by far one of the things I enjoy the most.
Hey, and that has an emotional tie to you too, because that's something that was passed down to you from your grandfather. That's awesome, bro. Okay, any final things you want to say to everybody that's watching right now or that's going to watch this in the near future?
That was hilarious. PDX, the big spoon, little spoon question. There was best beer, Scotty H Town. There's a beer that I used to get at a gastro pub in Claremont. That was it was called a Zwickel. It's like Actian something. Back Abbey, yes, the Back Abbey. Actian Keller beer, Zwickel.
Okay.
That was by far the best beer. Google that. It comes in like those tops, the pop tops with a little lock on the top of it. Really good.
Like the what is it?
Like
Grosh?
Yeah, like Grolsch. But as far as she's reading the chat, she's reading the chat. I'm trying to read off her. But as far as just a real quick, I will be going live this weekend in Vegas for my birthday. My birthday is July 2nd. I hope everyone's here. You have an absolutely amazing community. And we will be live. So that'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Lily, we're going to have to wait and see.
Hey, I really enjoyed
for 10 years.
Interview. I can't wait to meet you in person, bro. I think we'd have a good time. Maybe we could do a collaboration. I haven't asked you that question. Channels that you would like to collaborate with, but I know there's a lot of them out there, and I can't wait to collaborate with you on a video or two, or just taking some shots and having a good time.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for doing this interview, bro.
Thank you for having me, man. This was so fun. I honestly didn't feel like as long as it was. Had a blast.
Hey, I looked up and I was like, wow, it's already over an hour. Awesome, dude. Can't wait to hang with you. I'll catch up with you. I'll send you a message and we'll meet up at Yamava. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Love the support. Love the support that came out for him. Hey, until next time, guys, let the good times roll. We will talk to you then. Have a wonderful evening.